Those of you who have been around the channel for a while now will know I've always said tanks should never really go into urban combat. Pretty much ever. And so now we have a game that's entirely about tanks in urban combat. It's basically my nightmare made into a game. This is Armorfract. I think I'm saying that correctly because it's a bit of an odd word to say. It's in early alpha, and it's available on itch.io, and it's a very stylized tank command game. So, let's get to it. Alright, welcome to the armory. We've got a couple of tanks here. So we've got... I believe they're all going to be fictionalized names. So we've got the K75A, so there's a picture of it there. There's a model behind, but it's kind of covered up at the moment. And then we've got Alpha 2, which is a K50UM. So looking at the pictures, I'd say that's probably an Abrams. It could be a Leopard. Looking at the picture, it's kind of hard to tell. This one over here definitely is a T-series tank of some kind, so possibly T72, T80, not entirely sure based on the picture. We've got 125mm cannon on this one, 120mm on this one. Okay, so yeah, the stuff that we can change around modules-wise. We've got some ammo. I think we're just gonna go with it. We'll start operation. Alright, estimated enemy strength is 4 vehicles, and we have to exit. We're going down this sort of road here, and then we got a junction to the left. Okay. Alright, there are tanks down there, and this is what they can see for now. You can see it's kind of a... I don't know what you would call this, but it's like isometric voxel style, kind of like the old like Red Alert and that sort of thing, but it's got this sort of like cross-hatching dithering effect, which is interesting. Alright, so let's start trying to move our units. So we've got... Oh, look at the fire and stuff. Okay, so yeah, we've got our tanks over here. I'm going to send the K50 first, so we just do a little kind of draw a line like that. It's kind of like door kickers in that sense. Okay, so yeah, we can choose the direction for the turret to aim. Very, very important, because obviously the gun is pointing that way, but also it will affect what you can see. Okay, there's something down there. I think this one's already aiming at it, but it doesn't have a shot on it yet. Alright, so let's get you to move this way. Oh, you're looking at them too. Can they actually aim past each other? I don't know if they're blocking each other, but yeah, we can actually just sort of set the aiming direction. So I'm going to set it to here, and then we'll move out that way. Actually, we can pause. We can do that, and then from here we can kind of set a looking direction as well. Literally just like how you do it in Door Kickers. It's a really great game, by the way. Unfortunately, no tanks in Door Kickers, so that's why we have this. Alright, let's do that. Oh, good thing we started looking that way. Okay, we're gonna bring ourselves around here. We're gonna look that way. Gonna start looking that way. I'm gonna get you to go forward and look that way. I'm gonna try to plan this out, actually. So we're gonna go this way, and from here, we're gonna look this way and this way. So we have a little bit of split arcs of fire there. Let's go. Yep, they're engaging. Oh, look, it even shows you the damage. So burst a tire, broke the engine, stabilizer failure. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so that's definitely something you don't have in Door Kickers. You don't have reversing. I guess you don't really need it because you're controlling people in that game. If you've never played it before, you're controlling like SWAT teams in Door Kickers. Whereas this... Okay, so I think what we're seeing here, that red line, is that they've detected an enemy, but the line of sight's blocked with that grey line. I think that's what's trying to show there. So we can actually, if I just pause it for a second, we can actually draw this line and they'll be reversing that way. Oh, it actually shoves the Rex out of the way. Okay. So what we're going to do here is a simple 2-up formation, which is basically... This tank moves forward like this. This one comes along like that. And all the while, they're going to look this way. So they're looking like that and like that. So that's what a 2-up is. It's just 2 tanks at the front. So if you have 4 tanks, there'll be 2 at the back and sort of like a square formation. Alright, and push. There we go. They had a little bit of a lag there. It sort of like aimed at him and then kind of backed off. Looking at this picture as well, I think that's a BMP-2 probably. Oh, I do love the zoom effect, though. That little bit of blurring. I think YouTube compression's gonna kill that, but that little bit of, like, refocusing is really neat. Very stylized game, but absolutely love it. Alright, so we're gonna push out this way. And I think we've got Yeah, that looks like a sort of another access route that way, so we do want to make sure we are looking down this way. I'm also going to get the other tank to go past forward, and they're gonna just look forward as well the entire time. So they're going to be covering this way. And this is kind of what you want for a convoy. You want that sort of movement where whichever tank is on the right is going to watch that junction and let the rest of the convoy go through. And I think they're still exposed here, so we're just going to push forward just a little bit more. They're going to look down this way, and then this tank is going to push forward and look down that way. That looks good to me. Now, of course, you can just play this completely in real time. You don't have to do the pause, but I do like to have a little bit of that going on as well. Alright, we're going to split the formation just a little bit. You're going to go out this way. And we're going to start you looking this way, and then look that way. And this one's going to come around here. I'm going to have them look this way for now. Look that way, and then that way. So we get like a nice sweep across. I'm hoping that's what happens. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll try it. Ah, you see, that was a mistake there. Alright, we're going to push around the corner. Alright, we got enemies around this way. Push forward. Oh, we're facing the wrong way. This is what I get. This is what I get for not paying attention. And that's why we have pause. So we took a lot more damage there than we should have. I've just noticed we also have the ability to smoke out as well. And we've got ROE. I'm not sure what that refers to in this case. But yeah, we have definitely taken some damage. Normally ROE would refer to rules of engagement, so it would affect how readily they would engage enemies, like only shoot when you're shot at or something like that, but I'm not sure if that's what this game is referring to. Alright, we can now just push. So we've taken some external damage, nothing critical, but obviously more damage than we should have taken. And that was definitely my bad. We did actually take out a drone fire team, which is interesting. So it's not just enemy vehicles. I think there might be infantry to worry about, which is the bigger danger in urban combat. Alright, things are ramping up now. We've got 2 to 3 light platoons. So that could be infantry platoons, maybe with vehicles in support. Alright, we've got our tanks. I'm just going to put tactical pause on. Let's get a lay of the land here. Alright, we've got a little bit of an open space here. The road is going around this way. And we've got a lot of alleyways. So, like I said, one of the biggest dangers for tanks in urban terrain will be all of these little corners, because it's really hard to engage things that are like hidden by all of these buildings and such. So infantry especially are really, really good at hiding in these areas, and they can be quite dangerous. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set us up over here. We're gonna start looking this way, and then we're gonna finish off. Actually, I'm gonna cancel that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna look this way. Gonna look down that way, and then tank number 2 is gonna punch forward and cover us. So let's do that. In fact, I'm actually gonna get the tank to look that way as well while we're heading up there. It's gonna stop here because I think there's an opening right here, it looks like, and I don't want it to be exposed all the way down the street there. So let's go for it. Alright, all clear so far. Alright, we're gonna go out and around, and then we're gonna just hook that way. I think actually, yeah, we're gonna punch forward all the way to here, and then sort of look this way. And then tank number 2 is gonna come around the corner and cover us this way. So they're gonna be looking down this way, and then this one's kind of crossing that way. Not the best, but trying to be a little bit more cautious, because if we had 2 more tanks, this would be a little bit different. Ah, okay, so we can see actually this, I believe that's an oil tanker of some kind, is actually blocking this view down here, and there is actually an enemy out here on the right. So we could use this vehicle as cover and come around to that side, but our side is going to be exposed as soon as we go around it. So that is a little bit of a risk, but we'll get our other tank into position just to make sure we're not going to be heading face first into anything, and it looks like that route down there is clear. Alright, so you're going to come forward, face this way, and then I'm going to get you down here. I'm going to start looking this way immediately, and I'm just going to make sure that We turn a little bit at the end there so that it's kind of facing forward. There we go. Are they knocked out? Yeah, it looks like they're knocked out. Okay, so now tank number 2 can come forward. We're gonna watch this corridor down here. And then tank number 1's gonna punch forward over to here. And just keep an eye down the road while doing that. Oh, there's an enemy. That looks like a tank. Frontal armor is usually the strongest. Armor sides degrade on penetration. So that's something you don't see in a lot of tank games, is that the armor actually degrades. So, just as a side note for a lot of tank games, when you take hits to armor, the armor thickness, let's say on the front side or rear, is the same regardless of how many times you're taking a hit. So the penetration value is always exactly the same. In this case, they are showing, maybe even at a basic level, that it stops having that same resisting ability if you take more hits, which I think is really cool. That looks to be possibly a T... Oh, I can't really even tell from here. Maybe a T-62. And if we push forward like this, there's a good chance we're going to get shot on the side. I think the best situation here, or the best option we have, would be if tank number 2 comes around this way and just immediately starts looking in that direction and like turns to face them. And then tank number 1, I think we're going to have to reverse them down this way and have them look in that direction. I don't think they're going to be able to get a shot around that corner, though, that's the thing. But we might be able to push forward again and then engage with the frontal armor facing them rather than the side. I think that's a better idea. Oh, we got a fire. Okay, I'm going to get you to back up right now. And then tank number 1, you are going to... You're going to have to push them head on, basically. Let's try that. Oh, okay. They're down. Alright. Come back. Face forward. Actually, come back some more. Are you still on fire? I think they're okay now. Yeah, I think they're okay now. Alright, so you're going to look forward now. And then we're going to push forward this way. And then you look this way, and you look that away. Let's go. So I think the premise of this game is that you are part of like a mercenary company, which explains sort of the mix and match type of vehicles. I generally don't really like the whole like PMC and mercenary stories, but for this particular game, I can see it kind of working just because it allows you to have a larger variety of vehicles. Alright, the tanks are basically going to have to crisscross here because we're going to have our rear facing this route here, and I'm very sure there's going to be an enemy right there. It's just we've got such a roadblock down this way. I think we kind of need it. It's not great, but we have a bottleneck, so I'm not really sure what other way to do it than that, so let's just do it. Let's go. The tanks are going to get a little bit close together. Oh, hang on. Come back this way. And keep looking at him. You come over here and face them. There we go. Alright, now both of you come out this way. Okay, so, I mean, that went well. Went better than the last one anyway. Alright, we're up to 3 full platoons now. So it's gotta be full strength. And well, there were tanks before too, so... This is gonna be interesting. And just looking at the map right now, I have concerns that they're teaching us about smoke now. We may need to use it. Okay, so the map is really just... We gotta get over there. It does look like... Okay, so we may have to push through this section here and maybe split the tanks up. We'll see how it goes. Alright, for now though, you are gonna come down this way. And you are gonna come down this way, and you are gonna look over there. Okay, yep, that's quite a lot of enemies there. We've got one tank, that's a K50BV, so that's actually kind of the same model as what we've got. We've also got a B30 over here and a B26, so it looks like, yeah, BMP2, maybe BMP3. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like a... I don't know, it looks bigger than the BMP. That looks like a BMP. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a T-80. Maybe. And it does look like there's something else that's been spotted down here. So this is where we're gonna need smoke. Okay, start backing up here. So we've deployed the smoke, and just gonna back up a little bit here. Just get them to look straight. So I can maybe we can engage that tank. Because yeah, that tank is the most dangerous one right here. But there is something else that's not spotted down there. So obviously smoke works both ways. So they are blocking their own line of sight right now. Alright, you come forward again. Engage. Okay, the enemy is smoked out over there, so we're going to use that to our advantage. So you come down over here. Just going to come around that corner and just keep watching that direction. And then you punch forward over here. And let's go. Alright, so those look like anti-tank missile troops down there. So let's push forward, push forward. Okay, yeah, so definitely infantry, and we just happen to catch them out in the open here. So we're gonna just push our way through into the central area over here. Oh, we've got a steering failure. Well, that's not good. Yeah, actually, we've taken a lot of damage on the K-50 here. Its 50 cal's out, its smoke is out, some of its ERA is damaged. They were definitely shooting some kinds of anti-tank missiles at us. Oh, geez. Hello. Hello. You stop. Engage. I believe that's infantry there that just got out. Okay, let's back you up into the corner here. Okay, they're gonna try to get into that position there. Stop there. Okay. That could have gone better. I think that definitely could have gone better. Oh, turn around, turn around. Enemy tank. Oh, we do have multiple tanks. Multiple tanks.
Hello
okay.
there.
Oh, no. Get out of there. Get out of there. Okay, I'm getting quite lucky, though. that shot managed to take out that other tank, because yeah, they did definitely. We were facing the wrong way. Okay, let's move together. Let's do that. Let's stop being silly and actually just move together for once. That's the thing about this. So clearly, this entire area was prime for an ambush with just so many angles, and that's kind of the risk with that sort of position there. We're gonna move together around here. Just shove the dead tank out of the way. It's fine. All right. I'm concerned that I don't know. There might not be somebody down this way, but there may be enemies down this way. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to wheel right, which is basically moving as a formation to the right. And then I think we're going to go down this way instead of down this way, because we'll see how it goes. If there's no enemies down this way, I'll just push out that way. All right. Watch those corners. Oh, enemy dead ahead. Okay, I think we can maybe flank that one enemy tank over there. Okay, that's a very weird position. Can you not go through here? Oh, maybe not. Okay, well, let's go around and just keep a watch out on that side. So he's going to come around and maybe flank that tank that's over there. Okay, why don't you go around that dead tank? Let's try that. Just alpha things. There we go. Oh, he threw his turret. Okay, now let's just go back around. I think I can say that's cleared now. We have an ordnance launcher. Ooh. Okay. So it was like, so this is basically like using grenades in door kickers. Yeah, it's like using a grenade. Okay. Very interesting. All right, can we? Okay, so we definitely can't go through there. I thought we could just push our way through there, but I guess not. All right. Well, instead of sending you both there at the same time, let's do this. I really don't feel comfortable pushing like with just one tank, but this one's really struggling to get around that dead tank right there. All right, it looks like that way is clear. Okay, so you're gonna come out this way and you're gonna go straight. Okay, you're not gonna go straight, you're just gonna go this way. All right, move together. Oh, okay, we got enemies. Okay, I need you. Use the ordnance launcher. Wait, did I do that right? There we go. Okay, that's really cool. I mean, it is somewhat realistic too. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the most realistic thing, but tanks can definitely carry external launches. And there's definitely been stuff like that tried, so you can definitely see a lot of potential for just modifying them. Oh, we have a new vehicle now. We got B-26s. Okay. Now, I don't know if we're limited to those. Yeah, we are limited to that for this particular mission. Because these are all tutorials that I'm going through right now. And that's what's available in the game at the moment. We're up against 3 infantry companies and 1 armor lance. Large vehicles are easy to spot, whereas infantry are more discreet. Yep. That is usually the way. Alright. Where are we going? So we've got to get to that side. We've got junction here. We've got alleyways all along. So there's a real grid shape that we've got going on here. I'm going to get... And this is also why, by the way, these IFVs... Like, I'm very sure these are BMP2s. These are very, very useful for this sort of thing because they're smaller and able to more easily engage infantry in close quarters than MBTs can. So that's why you really want them like on your flanks, kind of guarding you. So I think what I'm going to do is first BMP is going to go all the way up here. While doing that is going to watch down the alleyways and then look forward. Second BMP is going to be our rear guard over here. So you're going to watch down that way. And then tank is going to come forward over here. Also looking down this way. And then looking forward. Yeah, I think that's our opening maneuver here. Alright, go, go, go. Really got to be aware of the engagement speeds of some of these vehicles as well. So some might take more time to fire. It looks like it spotted something over here. Oh, the BMPs are carrying infantry. Okay. Oh, okay. This just got even more in depth. Okay, hang on. V unload. There. No, unload. Come on, unload. There. I think I did it right. And then we get you to unload as well. Oh yeah. You can see it on the queue right here. So they've got like a queue of things to do. I've just got it to unload multiple times. Okay, you know, yeah, we're learning the controls. All right, tank, look forward, tank, look forward. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned that it does say drone squad. Alright, so we do have more units now. Oh, okay, so right here, you see these yellow doors? These, well, yellow markings, these are doors, so we can actually get them to enter buildings, which is really cool. So that gives us even more options. I don't want to move the IFV in on its own, but I do want it to watch over the infantry as they're moving. Okay, we're going to just move our infantry first. Okay, we've got something moving. Alright, so the troops are doing work covering us right now. Oh, right, you can actually see it on the right side there. So these drone squads. Okay, so I kind of misread that. They're not drone operators, but the infantry themselves are a type of drone. But yeah, you can see they're carrying machine guns and RPGs. So that is actually quite powerful then. Definitely want to be aware of that. Okay, so while we're doing that... I don't want this BMP to push too much more forward, so I'm going to bring that around. I'm going to bring the tank up over here and just sort of angle it this way. I'm going to start looking out over to the right. And just wait for the BMP to catch up. Okay, so the tank is spotting something over here. Okay, we've got something shooting at our infantry, but I don't think it's able to hit them from where it is. It could be an APC, so I think in this case... I'm going to get you to round the corner, and you are going... Yeah, you're already looking the right way. I'm going to get this BMP to go all the way across, so it's covering our sides here, and then the tank come out to the middle, and just kind of look out that way. Let's see. Can we spot what's there? I think we're going to have to really push forward to get to it. Alright, maybe these troops can go into this building and look at it? Like, get us some recon, maybe? Nope, still nothing. Whatever it is definitely seeing them. It's just not able to really hit them. Oh, okay, that's bad. Oh, but actually, no, this is good because they're up close with it. They're able to hit it. All right, tank can come forward. Ah, okay. The infantry are injured, which is not good. All right, BMP come out. Let's push forward, and we'll get our tank up forward as well. Just kind of hit them from multiple angles right now. You are looking completely the wrong way. All right, get the BMPs out. Yeah, so they did actually take out the APC that was down here.
Hi, how are you?
Ooh, that was very, very close. So, squad of infantry just popped up right next to our IFV here, and the tank took it out. I mean, that's kind of what you want. You want the IFVs up close, and then the tank covering them. Like, at no point do you want the tank to be out there by itself. I think we'll just do this. Don't forget our infantry over here. We might have to load them back up in a second here. I'm just wondering how you do that. Oh, that's simple. Just drag and drop. Easy. Yeah, we'll load them back up because we're about to move again. Okay, and alright, IFVs move out this way, and then tank this way. So what we're doing right here is what you might call a 3-up formation. Although that's usually when you're talking specifically about tanks. When you're moving with armored infantry vehicles... tanks! Turn to face, turn to face! Are we okay? Okay, I think we're good. Alright, tank rotate. But yeah, when you're operating with armored infantry, the terms can be a little bit different. But in terms of tank terminology, yeah, this is more or less a 3-up formation. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. And now we've got another character and another vehicle. I want to see what this is, actually. In fact, we can even swap out some of these vehicles. So we got B30. It's a heavy armored IFV. And then T50BV. But yeah, this is the new one, the K115. I mean, this kind of looks a lot more Abramsy. Or maybe an Ariete, potentially. Or even a Leopard. It's very hard to tell with the line drawing, but they're definitely a lot of inspirations taken from modern day vehicles. I would say this is probably more like an Abrams, and this is more like a Leopard, but it's really, really hard to tell. Either way, I'm really enjoying this, and I'll have a link down in the description to the itch.io page for you guys to check it out. It's still an early alpha, so of course there's plenty more still to come, and I want to see how this develops, because yeah, this is really, really interesting. I love the styling and the way that the game is kind of controlled. It is basically door kickers with tanks, and I'm surprised that's a concept that's not really been done yet, because it works really, really well. But of course, yeah, I can understand it having to be within an urban environment, because yeah, if it was open plains and ridge lines, it's really not gonna be that much gameplay wise that you can kind of simulate with that in this format anyway. But of course, let me know what you think down in the comments, and of course, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.